Hello, everybody. I don't know. They didn't end the music correctly. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Just Enough Heshy show. You know, this week I was told they're going to make a lot of noises with that special noise machine. But look at this, everybody. My beautiful co-host, hello, Nicole. Welcome back to the show. Is sitting next to me. I think it's much better that she sits next to me over here because it makes it more fun. We couldn't have...
you just want a pretty girl to sit next
That's
to you.
right. I wanted a pretty smart girl sitting next to me. And we have... George couldn't make it today. He went to some kind of something in City Hall or something. I don't know what it was.
He's important. He's too important for us.
He's very important. And as you know, that our friend and co-host Tom has taken some personal leave, and we miss you, Tom. And I spoke to Tom this week, and he texted me, and he's ready for my election when we're ready to rock and roll. So we have a lot of things to talk about, and a lot of things. You know, Nicole told me she doesn't want to talk about Trump. I love Trump.
Sick of him.
Of course you're sick of him because, you know,
important.
wait till he's your next president. We're going to be talking about him a lot. Anyway, she doesn't know better. But I'm going to I still have a chance to make her vote for him. Is that possible? You know?
No.
No.
You have a better chance of seeing Mashiach, to be
Oh,
honest.
God. Okay, we'll see. We'll work on the girl. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? I love her. I mean, I didn't think that she was going to get married again, and now she even thinking of getting married.
Well, relax.
You told me you won't get married again. Now you're getting married.
Who said I was getting married?
Not
I'm
Matt.
Sorry. This ring looks a little bare over here. What do you mean?
Of course we have to. We're going to talk about that. Of course we have to buy you with a ring.
Buy me?
That's the way it works, didn't you? Don't you know the rules?
No, you're going to have to explain.
I'll explain it to you. I went to a wedding this week, and I, you know, we had that whole discussion on gets and how a woman belongs to a man.
Oh, yes. I've had
So
many
I
of
was
those
watching
discussions.
as they read the kasuba. That's the contract, you know, to buy her. And then we make a written contract with her. And I'm very proud of the way they read it, the way they do the prenuptial, that the woman has, the way we're doing it more modernly, that the woman has some kind of an out. But I still saw that we are still doing it the olden way, and you're right that sometimes we have an evil man who doesn't know what it is to release a woman from her, you know, from her problems or her mental health problems or her bondage or whatever it is. And we have to understand we're living in the 21st century, and we have to be able to have rules and laws that work today. And the Torah, the Christian Bible, the Quran, everything is adaptable to it was created by God and is adaptable today. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know why we can't adapt some of those not stupid rules, old-time rules that should be modernized, but not discarded as stupid, just modernized.
You know, I'm surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised, Heshy. So you don't agree that the old rules of yore regarding Jewish marriage should apply? That they should be
never.
More...
I do believe that the Jewish rules of marriage. But again, even if I was back 100 years or 200 years ago, I still believe not hurting another human being, not causing them issues. We have so many issues in this world, and to put somebody through hell or mental abuse, as it is, you know, I put Linda through mental abuse every time I go to jail.
You put me through mental abuse. I don't get anything for it.
The point is we have to be kinder to somebody else at all times, and we have to find a way, especially marriage is not even a real thing. Marriage is two people coming together and you're making an agreement to try to be monogamous or try to be together forever. And if it's time to split, you split. But to abuse that privilege, I mean, marriage is a gift that we give you to help you get through something. And then we abuse this gift. And it's a bad thing. I'm sorry, Nicole. And I don't mean to be mean to women, but we that is the rule, and we're going to take advantage of it. Not me.
So do you think that wives are indeed the property of their husbands? Do you agree with that tenet?
The truth of the matter is, I believe that the wife belongs to the man.
Unconditionally?
Unconditionally.
Oy vey vey.
I mean, she cannot be running around with other men.
That's got nothing to do with running around with other men. Okay, so she has to be faithful. So does a husband, by the way.
I have a question for you.
We don't make any room for husbands to gallivant.
Do you own a car?
Of course.
Now in the car,
yeah,
there's a steering wheel.
Sure.
Do you think that steering wheel pretty much belongs in that car? If you take the steering wheel out, will you be able to drive the car? Oh, you have to get another steering wheel. I got that. But pretty much that steering wheel belongs there.
Sure.
Same thing like the woman. She belongs with me. only with me, nothing with
Right.
anybody
The
else.
difference is that car was built with that steering wheel. You were not built with your wife.
Incorrect.
Your wife chose
Incorrect.
to
No,
be your
no,
wife,
no, no, no.
and you chose
God,
to be her
no,
husband.
then you don't know the rules. God chose this woman for me in heaven. When we were both created, our souls were split, and we were able to find each other. That's why I laugh sometimes when there's a 75, right now there's a 75-year-old man that just had a baby with a young girl. And I was laughing. I said, are you crazy? He says, she's my soul. She's part of me. God took us forever to find each other, but she's my woman that had a baby with me now. When he gave me that answer, he was right. Anyways, welcome to the show, our YouTube fans and Facebook fans and our listeners at 620 AM radio and NEW radio. And you don't see, but Nicole is sitting next to me. And welcome, tell everybody welcome. And of course, the radio station of Florida, which I love, Florida, WPIVD. I don't even know what it is. But still makes no difference. We like to have you on the show. And we're going to have a joke and a quote. We're going to have a lot to talk about. I was at a rally today where I made, even my son looked at my video today and he laughed. He says, Pop, today was a day you were very funny.
There you go.
And you didn't watch it, Nicole.
And I want you to call in. So this is our number today, right? 646-974-1580. Feel free to call in.
That's right. Call in. Ask Nicole anything about Trump. 646-974-1580. I want to start with a quick quote. And it's a very cool quote, and I love it because I thought about Nicole. She's helping me. She's a leader in the community. She knows what it is to help another person and to let them shadow. And I have a particular thing that she's doing for me, and you are an inspiration to me that you let somebody just to watch you. Just to watch you, and you are just, the way they explain it to me, you're just brilliant teacher by just following you around.
Oh. Wow, okay.
Did I say how pretty you look today?
Oh, I thank you very much.
I wanted her to blush, you know what I mean? But this girl is hard to blush. Anyways, here it is. Leadership. Okay, by leadership, we mean the art of getting someone else to do something that you want because he wants to do it, not because your position of power can compel him to do it. And then John F. Kennedy, efforts and courage are not enough without purpose and direction. And you, my dear friend, show people what purpose and direction is. You know how to lead them in the right direction. I'm so proud of you. And when I become elected official, when I do win the election, I want you on my team. I want you. I know you can't.
Aww.
I know you can't leave your Werder Brugger and Gruber law firm. That's a
Weitengruber.
joke. Weitengruber. I know the names. I was just making fun of it.
Are you sure?
I know. Weitengruber law. Trust me. She's the boss over there. And I know I can't steal you, but maybe we can build. You can bill us. Oh wow. You're going to bill us a lot of money. That's no good right here.
I'm going to bill you by the word.
I'm going to be a poor city employee. You're not going to be able to bill me a lot.
Come on.
Here's my joke. I was assigned this week to work in the psychiatric ward because we were shorthanded. So they said, Heshy, can you go work over the psychiatric ward? There's one doctor today. Just go help him out a little bit, stay over there, walk around and so on. So as we were there, it got really busy. Really busy. And somebody called on the phone. I picked up the phone. I said, yeah, it's a madhouse over here. It's crazy. You know what I mean? We can't take any calls right now, so on and so forth. The doctor's busy. The doctor comes over to me and pulls me to the side. He says, can you please stop saying that it's a madhouse? You didn't think that was funny? Oh, come on. Madhouse, crazy.
I got it.
Well,
Everywhere
if you don't laugh,
go is a madhouse.
if you don't laugh, my fans don't laugh. Anyways,
I don't think that depends on me. Trust me.
Anyways, I want to give a shout out. You better give a shout out to your girl.
I am. A shout out to Sarah Rose.
Sarah Rose, how she's got to be in bed already.
9 o'clock. Yeah, she's in bed around this time. So
Good
she's
girl, Sarah. Get to bed, Sarah.
Yeah, she's reading her last pages and she's probably closing.
I want to say hello, a shout out to my beautiful granddaughter Mira Nava, Layla Tamar, and my grandson Yeshua. And by the way, my daughter-in-law is going to be having a baby any day. I know it's
Congrats.
a boy. So me and the producer have me and my producer have a fight every week argue about something. So we have a bet. If it's a boy, he has to bow to me.
Oh, God.
Bow, and say, yes, sir, no matter what I do. No arguing. You can't shut off my mic. If it's a girl, I have to pay him. But I know it's not a girl because I bribed my granddaughter 3 bubble gums, a slice of pizza, and one of those licorice, the juicy licorice sticks and a lollipop. She told me her mother said it's a boy. So I'm telling you, I win this bet hands down. I invested a lot in this. Anyways, we're going to do that in a minute. I want to give you my, I want to just tell you something.
Hold on, I'm just going to tell the producers to get the live stream chat on because I can't see what folks are writing. So, go ahead.
Really, something wrong with the live stream
No, we're
chat?
good. We're good.
Okay. I want to ask you something. You know that I'm running for city council, guys. Mm-hmm. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But I want you to know that this is a serious election that's coming up. Because our councilman, he's running for the assembly seat. And on June 21, he's most likely going to win both seats. The Republicans are going to give him the thing, and the Democrats are going to give him the thing. You know, politics at its worst. So I'm going to be running for city council. I've already created my campaign, and when am I going to make my official announcement? My son Yaakov is going out with a girl already. This is like his 9th or 10th time.
The 10th date.
Yeah.
They should be married by now. What's taking so long?
So her mother, first of all, I invited her over to the house with the boys and the, I told you my daughter-in-law is having a baby any day, and then the other daughter-in-law is having a baby a month later. So I'm going to have 3, and then I'm going to double up to 5 or 6 new grandchildren. So I'm going to make a big bris party. You're all welcome. No questions. I'm going to post it on my status. You're all welcome to come. I don't care if there's 1,000 or 2,000 of you. And if there's a kiddish on a Friday or Saturday night, don't have to come because I'm not going to really spend money on that. But you're going to come to this big, powerful bris, and you're all invited. So my whole point over here was that I don't even know what my point was. Who cares, right? That the city council race, I'm going to be making an official announcement once these guys are gone, but my committee's already beginning, and you can donate to my campaign, which we're going to put it up on the screen, HeshyTishler.com, $10, $20, $30, $50, $175. We want to win this. Now, I want you to know something. Can I tell you something? Mm-hmm. You know that we have $12 billion budget in New York City.
Do we really?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
And we just raised our property taxes again. In 3 years, we did it before 18%. Now we raised it another 18%. People are broke. We can't evict people from our home, when they don't pay us rent for 2 years. You know what 2 years is? Just average on $2,000 a month rent, which it's more. That's $40,000, $50,000 a guy is losing. How is he going to maintain and renovate his house or keep it up to par or pay the heat?
Well, hold on. What do you mean you can't evict for 2 years? You mean the process takes?
The process takes 2 years, and they could deny, and then he can go into default. You know how you lawyers do it. Let the case go into default. We automatically lose. Then we get the judge to reopen it due to some fake reason.
Vacate the default.
Right. So when the judge reopens it, everything starts new. So it's just like another 3 months, another 6 months. I want to stop that. When I get into city council, I'm going to prepare rules and regulations that if things don't move along quickly in 3-4 months, the judge gets suspended, he loses his parking, he gets a deduction of pay. I want to have a complete review that this doesn't go on for 2 years at a time. Unacceptable, and sometimes it goes on for 5 years. That's rule number 1. I'm going to stop that from top to the bottom. And I'm going to stop this crazy taxes. How do I do this? Out of the $11 billion, listen to this.
Yep.
I'm talking 112 billion. $11 billion goes to the migrants.
Okay.
We have 100 and something thousand migrants. Let's take the migrants and split them all across New York State, not anywhere else in the country. We'll keep ourselves 17,000 of them, and the other 150,000 we split in Saratoga and Albany and all that.
Got it.
We end up saving $9 billion in the budget.
There we go. Hey, you got your first call. By the way, Jason asked, can anyone donate or just New York City folks? Anyone can donate.
I love
Jason.
you. Anybody can donate. HeshyTishler.com. Doesn't make a difference what.
Who do we got on the line?
Who do we got? Hello? Who's calling? I can't hear him. They hung up on her. Hello?
Hi.
Hi, who's this?
You're on with Heshy and Nicole.
They hung up on her. They hung up. This producer has no idea what he's doing. Call back 646-974-1580. 646-974-1580. So that is my solution. That's just one of many solutions. You know, a parking. I don't know. You don't live here, but if and if you drive through Borough Park during the day, like today, I was driving. I swear to you, from my office, which was Forster Avenue, to Avenue N to a rally. You know, I'm going to tell you about the rally, what happened today. It took me 40 minutes.
That's always been the case.
And the cops are sitting there ready to give tickets, but they're not moving along traffic. You know what I mean? You have buses that are double parked and because they're waiting for the 3 o'clock bus pickup. There are ways to cut this traffic down, and nobody cares. Nobody's talking. Nobody's doing anything about it. And I have solutions. Anyways, I'm going to stop them. Go ahead, caller. We got a caller. Hello?
Come in. Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
Yes, hi. How are you?
I'm doing great. Okay, I want to speak to Heshy. Question number one, what does it mean that can someone run on the assembly line and on the city council line at the same time?
No. So Kalman Yeager is an official city council man.
So how could Kalman Yeager do that?
So he's going to run, since Weinstein is going to not run, he's going to run on 2 lines, on the Democratic Assembly line and the Republican Assembly line. They're going to give it to him. Again, this Wilson Pakula is really a law that says if there's nobody running and it's an open seat, we give it. But we just don't give it if somebody's there running already. But they give this Wilson Pakula.
So who's going to be running against you in the Republican and the prime and in the council district?
So what we have is as follows. We have some guy, Reuven Baruch from the Hamadiyah. This guy's an idiot. I hate him. He's like the worst writer on the planet. You know, and he always makes fun of me, but I hate him. I mean, I try to be nice to him, but he always goes out to hurt me. And I hate the whole Hamadiyah newspaper. Try not to buy it. I mean, it's like a cartoon magazine. You know what I mean?
Is he the only one running against you?
So what happened was, no, he's not running against me because he's just completely dumbbell. But he wrote an article and he says as follows, that David Schwartz, this guy is a bad guy, owes everybody money.
David is running?
David was supposed to run, but he's
not?
It doesn't look like he's running. But we don't know. But as of right now, with all the bad press that he has and the things that he owes the community, I don't think he will run. Then we have Penny Ringo. He's the only candidate but that works for the mayor that can run against me, but he doesn't live in the district. And you have to live in the district. Now, he might do something illegal and make himself a fake address and run in the district, but as of right now, what we hear is that he can't run till he lives in the district. Now, Penny Ringle, on the other hand, worked for the mayor, had me arrested during COVID because he didn't like when I opened the parks.
Yeah, I remember that. I would rather protest.
Right, you were by the protest. He was a rat, and he worked. And now what happened was they gave him, since he ran for district leader and got rid of Schwartz, they gave him listen to this, they gave him a cushy job working for the sanitation. Right. The man doesn't pick up his own garbage. What does he know about working for sanitation? I'm really serious, but it gets better. He's
also running for the city council?
That's Penny Ringo. So then Penny Ringo went, and he didn't like the job, so they put him with DOT. The man doesn't know what DOT stands for, Department of Transportation. He's now a commissioner over there just to give him a job. He doesn't deserve it. He has no experience working there. He has no knowledge of what to do. They just gave him a fluffy job. So he's going to be running most likely against me, but he doesn't live in the district, so I don't know if he can. He has some personal issues. Then we have this other guy, a Kaplan from the community board, a guy who votes everything against the Jewish people. I mean, he works on the community board, a religious guy, and he just votes for minorities to close up streets, to letting people build a big building on 57th Street when nobody else can build. This guy has no brains, but I never heard of him before, so I have no chance. The only other person is Barry Spitzer, the head of the community board. I don't personally like him. I think his face looks crooked, so I don't like him.
You don't like him because of his face?
And he's also nasty.
Oh, that makes a little more sense.
A lot of people don't like me. So those are my competitors that I don't think anybody knows them really. Yes, they do. I don't think they have enough money to raise, but they are backed by the big Mosders and yeshivas. But again, I am more involved with the Mosders. You know, this week I had an inspection for a young man, very nice man. He has 3 special needs kids. And everybody told me, I'm never going to pass this inspection because the stuff that we did for him to legalize to take care of these special needs children is never going to pass. I worked the plans, I worked the codes, I did everything with my team, and everybody said, Heshy, you never fail, but this one you're failing. When I came back, it was Ramadan. I had my Muslim head girl who runs my drafting board. I had my Latino lady, one of the head architects in my office. Huh? Oh, yeah, we have a black, Muslim, we have Jewish, we have Latino.
Good.
What else do I have? I think I even have a Syrian, like not, you see, my Ramadan girl is from Algeria. I even have a Syrian Arab girl working for me. So I have fully across the board. You know what I mean? I even have a Chinese guy. A Chinese architect in the town. Yes, my office is well diversified. When I came back, they all came back to me and they all were clapping. Finally, they said that the boss was good looking. But no, but I did
wishful thinking.
It's not wishful thinking. At 60 years old, I just keep getting more handsome by the minute.
All right.
Come on, just say it already, Nicole.
Listen,
Make me happy, Nicole. I'll give you $2.
$2 whole? Wow. I was thinking you were going to give me scratch-offs.
I can't afford more. Linda got angry at me.
Anyway, I want to say hello to some of our listeners. Anthony Finkel just said hi.
Hey, Anthony, how are you?
Black Beauty's on. Infinite Justice, I know I'm your favorite person. Nice to see you, too. Jason, thanks so much for your question. Thanks for the caller that we just got. And Ramadan Mubarak to our Muslim friends.
Oh, yes. And by the way, I went today to a rally. There was a rally where there was a Jewish-Israeli real estate thing right here on Flatbush. And these crazy wackos from this Palestinian protest group set up that they're going to come and disturb it. So the police and the community leaders talk them to cancel it. That is wrong. To constantly hide, to constantly sit and cower as a coward. I don't do that. Anyways, a couple of people showed up, and the protesters ended up showing up. One showed up, one idiot with a couple of other losers in the corner, then they all left. They are cowards. So the cops held us back, and I made a video, and they pushed me aside a little bit. But I want you to know, I go to the rallies, whether these Palestinian cowards come or not. I'm not scared of them, whether you're one of them or 1,700 of them. Yep. You be ready for me. I'm not scared of you. We're going to get those kids back. You know, they killed, I heard yesterday, that one of the Hamas negotiators said at least 60 of the hostages are dead.
Yes, that's inaccurate. It's highly likely that they're holding the bodies. There's 130 people, but maybe half of them are still alive.
I believe.
I think it's actually less.
I believe less. And there's no way they took care of that baby.
Yeah,
that kidnapped baby.
Baby Kfir, probably not. But I want to talk to you about the Oscars this week. I know you're
I
not
huge
on pop
this
culture,
is a very good point. But woman, let's do a few commercials. Can we do?
Yeah,
commercials?
let's do it.
Let's go. Let's start. I don't know the system. I don't know which one goes first. Who cares? But just pick one.
Well, I think they have numbers on them, Heshy. This one's got a 1 on it.
Right, let's go with the one.
There you go. All right. So I want to talk about Green Line Building Compliance.
That's my company, which I did great stuff. Yeah, I'm great.
Yeah. So they do everything that Heshy does and more. Feel free to call them.
That's not the commercial. I do violations, plans, permits. I fight the Department of Buildings. I work with the Department of Buildings. I stop your emergency declarations. I help you out. And most importantly, anything you need to fight the city with red tape and so on. We're located where?
Located at 202 Foster Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. Give them a call at 718-871-0382 if you're having any kind of problem. Heshy can solve it.
Can you say Foster again?
Foster?
Oh, you said Foster.
I'm from Brooklyn.
You're supposed to say Foster. That's the way Brooklyn people. 202 Foster Avenue. We have parking in the back. 718-871-0382.
Man, you don't give me a break, do you?
And then we have Weitengruber Law. She thought I was going to mess that up because I make fun of her.
I really do.
No, I don't. I love Weitengruber Law. You know why? Because Nicole works at Weitengruber Law.
I do.
Okay? You could call them at 732-695-3303. 732-695-3303. They're located at 1720 NJ-34. What the hell does that mean? Are you on a highway?
Yes, it's on a highway. So that's just how Jersey
How do I get there? I just drive in the highway and I stop?
No, it's not a highway like you're thinking like in New York City. So the highways are kind of like roads, and then along the actual roads are businesses. So you just turn off of it and you come into my office.
And it's easy to get back on?
It is.
Because I know you're a lawyer,
and there's
but
traffic
I hope
lights. No, there's traffic lights. It's not like a straight freeway. There's traffic lights.
1720 NJ-34, Wall Township, New Jersey, 07727. Pop into them, call her at 732-695-3303. You do real estate law, if I'm correct?
Yep,
and
we do
bankruptcy
real estate,
law?
bankruptcy, wills, trusts, and estates.
And I heard also you
planning.
negotiate with people's debts, I heard. You
yes.
You help people. I didn't know that.
Oh, you've been talking to David, huh?
Yeah,
Yes,
I did. One of her new interns that I helped her get. I hope he doesn't screw up or she'll kill me. Weitengruber, who cares? Of course we care. Weitengruber. George Weitengruber, but please don't get upset with me. 732-695-3303. And then we got Crossroads. Go ahead.
So we have got Crossroads Recovery. If you're having any kind of a mental health problem, any kind of crisis, you can call them day or night. They actually have after-hours lines. And they, too, are located in Egg Harbor, specifically 206 West Parkway Drive, Egg Harbor. Give them a call anytime at all, 609-645-2146. I know the counselors there personally. They're some of the most understanding, patient, non-judgmental, just awesome people to work with.
I'd like to go visit over there.
And
I want
they have
you to
a
know,
beautiful facility.
Mental health is a big issue, guys. You know, I see it every day. Like I told you, I know I was making a joke that I was working in the psychiatric ward, but they do so much good. A lot of people are lost for just not being helped. And that's one of the things when I get into city council. You know, the governor gave us $5 million. You give $5 million for mental health kids in the entire city of New York when we have 1 million children. Are you crazy? Forget the postpartum depression for the women. This Hochul is in dreamland. She has no idea of budget. She has no idea of running the city and the state, and she hangs out here too much. Why did you idiots elect her? I mean, why? I mean, Zeldin would have crushed her, would have done so much better. What's wrong with you people? Okay, that's what you wanted. And we have, of course, HeshyTishler.com.
That's right.
Heshy Tishler it's HeshyTishler.com. Go to my website. We're going to try to upgrade it a little bit better as it goes on. I can use any donation, $10, $20, $30, $50, up to $175. We get matching funds. But it's not only that. I want you to see what I stand for. I have a platform. I'm going to win the election. I'm not going to play around. You know, people say, Heshy, how are you going to do your regular job? First of all, once I become city councilman, I give up my regular job. But even now, you think I don't put in 18 hours a day? Even after tonight, after the show, I'm going to a wedding that I promised to go. Sunday, I'm going up to jail to visit 2 people that we're hoping to help get out of jail. And then I'm coming back to New York. I have a speaking event. And then, of course, a little for a young bride and groom that I was invited to their wedding. I'm going to go speak over there as well. And these are the things we do. I don't have days off. And of course, with my son going out with that girl the 10th time, I'm going to be making this big engagement. Can I ask you something?
Of course.
My sons and everybody's making fun of me.
Right.
You go to weddings?
I do.
And you dress up all pretty with your high heels and all that garbage, right? And then you sit over, not garbage, you look nice.
You're the one that insists I wear lipstick every week.
I do. But she looks so good. Look at her, everybody. Look how good she looks.
Oh, yeah.
A lady has to wear lipstick, like a man has to wear a necktie.
And everyone should dress up at a wedding. Go on.
There's no questions. Come in shorts to a wedding.
Absolutely not. No.
Okay, so I'm saying you're sitting at the wedding, you're all nice and pretty with your boyfriend sitting on the side of you, and you're eating your meal, and then they serve slowly by 10 o'clock you're starving and hungry. And don't tell me you're not bored. How much can you talk to your boyfriend? How much can you talk to the lady on the other side? Come on, you're laughing, but you know I'm telling the truth. Weddings are supposed to be fun, and they're not fun. Well, Heshy Tishler has a new idea. Now listen to this one. For my son's wedding, which is going to be, if everything works out, I have to work out with the other side still. We have a meeting in about a week. I'm going to make the wedding in Astroland, an amusement park. Listen to this.
Okay.
All the rides are going to be shut off, and we're going to have a big tent in the middle where all the people are going to come and have the smorgasbord, and then another tent where we're going to have the ceremony. Unless it's a beautiful day, then we'll do it in the open. Then what we're going to do after he breaks the glass, right when all the blessings are made and they've become official married, boom! All the rides light up and start singing Jewish music, and all the kids, because people don't.
You want to go to the middle of Coney Island, the middle of the hood, and do something like that?
Wait a minute, it gets better. And people don't usually know what to do with their kids because you have to get a babysitter. I can't come. Bring the kids. You let the kids run around the amusement park while you come and have a nice, enjoyable meal. And when you finish eating, you get up and you go find your little kids and you go on the rides with them. It's not the hood. It's right by the beach. And they're going to be building a casino there. Yeah, and people go to the amusement park. I think it'll be great. And it's going to be sealed up, so it'll be safe.
So you're going to have to rent all of... By the way, it's not called Astroland anymore. It was when I was a kid. It's Luna Park now.
Luna Park.
Yeah, you want to rent the whole Luna Park?
But not the roller coasters. Yeah, the Ferris
That's
wheel.
Expensive as all get
I got that, but it's going to be a fun... Look at you. Look how you're smiling. You don't think in your head that would be a fun wedding?
I think it would be fun as hell, but you're the guy that gives nothing more than scratch-offs for gifts, and you want to rent out the
No,
entire Luna
it's
Park?
not scratch.
You know how expensive that's gonna
First
be?
of all, I buy lotto tickets for flowers are stupid. Flowers are, come on, guys, tell me that flowers are
You know what you need at a wedding? Flowers.
right. So that's the thing I'm going to have to waste money on. Too bad. Maybe I can buy the fake flowers. You know what my mother did for my wedding? She actually bought fake flowers, and I have them still in my house that I use for little parties in the house.
Fake flowers.
You know, beautiful plastics. It looks
Oy
real nice with the
vey,
vases, and we put them
my
all
God.
out. I know my mother was
Not
cheap.
the fake
I
flowers.
know,
That's as
but
bad as like plastic on the couch, you know?
she had plastic on the couch. When she died, we took off the plastic. We couldn't believe how nice those cushions are because they were brown from the the plastic.
Yeah, exactly. And in the summer, you would sit down, you get up, and you'd hear that.
But you saw the beauty, and I didn't want it to. And then my brother said he wants the couch. I said, but this couch is like 50-something years old. He liked it, and it was really pretty because when we took off the plastic, it still looked pretty good, But it wasn't for me. It wasn't my style, and he enjoyed it.
Just want to give a quick shout out to Hasidish. Hi, how are you? So glad to have you joining us. Feel free to call in, guys. I'm reading all your messages as we go. It's usually me, the one that's answering them. So if they're snarky, you know why. But yeah, please join the conversation. Happy to have you. It's more fun when you guys call in.
I want to ask you a legal question, and not about Trump. Even though Trump won the Supreme Court,
We're over
Trump.
it.
Wait.
He didn't
9 to
win the
0.
Supreme
No,
Court.
he did. He won 9 to 0. You can't touch him. You
Okay.
can't touch him on the ballot.
You're right.
He's going to be president if he
Okay.
wins. If the election was held today, they said he'd win. Yes, there's only. Wait a minute. He also won in Georgia that they threw out a lot of the charges because they were stupid.
What's the question?
So my question to you is very simple. It's a legal question. TikTok now is a Chinese company.
Yes.
So they voted in Congress that if they don't sell it to America, we have to stop using it. Right? Is that legal? I mean, I understand other countries abusing us, but this is a company that is, I know they're getting our information and being secret, but again, TikTok is a free enterprise, whether it's controlled by China or not, and you can't just tell them what they have to do. We've never done that before.
Yeah, no, it is a little unprecedented. So is it legal? The short answer is I'm not sure, but but there's a few things that are legal about how they want to structure this. First of all, China's claiming that this is a violation of constitutional rights. A non-American corporation, a non-American company does not have constitutional rights in America.
Sure, we give
Right? You're not a citizen.
no.
Hold on.
Prisoners of war. Everybody has their rights
Right,
when they
but
come
they
here.
said, but they claim the Constitution, right? So there are different treatises and different things to go by for where you derive your rights from. They claim that the Constitution is what they went with. You don't have constitutional rights. You're not from here. Right, so that's the first thing.
Wow.
The second thing is
so the migrants that come here, I have no constitutional rights.
no, actually, there's a right to due process, but they're talking about like a right to free speech, like things like that. It's a Chinese company.
That's the
that
beauty of our
operates
Constitution.
outside of China.
No.
That's the first thing.
The
Hold on.
Constitution says everybody has a right to free speech. Should I pull out my
Hold on.
Constitution?
You can pull it out all you want, but we cannot impose our Constitution on a company that's sitting in China right now. That's what I'm saying. They're not here, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is when you do business in our country or with our country, you have to follow our rules. It's unfortunate, but it's true. And it's same with tax laws, by the way. There's something called FATCA and something called CRS. And
Explain that.
so FATCA is the tax regime in the U.S. It says that if you are a foreign company doing business with the U.S., you're making money, U.S. dollars, you're doing commerce here, you have to pay taxes to our regime, right? To our tax regime.
I didn't like that.
No, it's what it's called. It's
Okay.
called the tax regime. Like, I'm not kidding. It's
Okay.
really what it is. So infinite justice, like, cool your jets. It's really what it's called. And so we have imposed this rule on the entire world. Anybody who wants to do business with us. So that applies to DanceBite, by the way, is a company that owns TikTok. It's a Chinese company. That applies to DanceBite also.
But we have so many other companies that do business here. We're only picking on TikTok. There's
Yes,
thousands
and
of companies from thousands of countries. If we do that, we're going to lose out so much.
Yeah.
And they're going to come after us on Facebook. They're going to come after us on YouTube. They're going to come after us. All different countries are going to come up with the same rules.
The concern here, and this is what makes it so novel, right? Like, I can see what they're trying to do, but their motivation for doing it, I question. The concern is that there are ties to China, and there's concern over China controlling our data, right? And so that concern.
What you think China doesn't take Facebook data? Okay, we
Of
got another
course.
call.
Oh, we got a caller. Great.
Go ahead, put him on
Come
the phone.
on in.
Go ahead. Hello.
Hello?
Hi.
Hey there. I came up with a question. Could the mentally ill who are in your community possibly be housed in a West Bank settlement? You know, and think of all the jobs that would result. You could have doctors and nurses there taking care of them. I don't imagine it would be too expensive. You know, and because our society is becoming so, it's like there's no competition. Did you say Helene Weinstein is going to run unopposed for the assembly?
She's run 43 or 46 years unopposed. She's run 43 to 46 years unopposed, and now we have Carmen Yeager that most likely will be running unopposed, even though I did see that there is a Democrat that did sign up. I forgot his name, Dweck. He's run before. He's going to be running as a Democrat, but I don't think he has a chance. And plus, with Carmen Yeager controlling both Democrat and Republican lines, he's got it hands down. And we are, by the way, helping Carmen Yeager.
So, question.
So I want to get rid of him from City Council over here. So, we got another caller.
One. Come on in.
Come on in. You see, the problem is he doesn't hear the beep. He doesn't watch, so we have a lot of calls coming. Hello, you're on the air.
Hi.
Yes.
Yeah, so my biggest concern about banning TikTok is I'm really scared that Twitter is going to be that Elon Musk's X is going to be next.
Yeah, that's a good question. What do you say about that?
I think that would be harder to do because X is based out of California. X is
I
an
understand
American
that's
company.
an American company, but I'm saying, but they're going to come after us in China or
It's opening up a new thing.
That's what she
New
said.
conversation.
You see, that's what you were saying.
And that's
so
the
again,
fear.
but again, why are we picking one company? We're going to have to be picking a lot
We're
of companies.
picking one company because of its influence, and I'm not saying it's right, by the way.
So you're
I
telling
see
me
the
any
logic.
company that's run
I'm
by
not-
Russia, we have to do the same thing?
It's likely that could be where we're headed. And I don't think it's right. I think it's a dangerous start, but I see what they're trying to do. Clearly, this company is a threat. Clearly, China's a threat. Clearly, Russia's a threat, right? But TikTok in particular has become really this infiltration of an entire generation of people.
Is that big deal? I think Facebook is the same way.
Facebook, yes and no. Look at the age group that TikTok affects. By the way, I will sooner drive my car off a cliff than let my daughter have a TikTok. I just won't allow it.
I love TikTok the first minute I saw it. And what about Instagram?
You as an adult.
What
but
about
that's 'cause
Instagram?
It's same thing, right? And
Instagram
by the way,
is not by young people. Instagram are older. Everybody does
same
Instagram.
thing. Instagram's owned by Facebook, which is an American company. And by the way, they gave Zuckerberg hell for Instagram. He went through a congressional hearing, right? It's harder to impose those restrictions on.
Can't let foreign companies do business here, but if we don't let them do business here, then they're not going to let us do business over there.
So we're getting some great comments, by the way.
Yeah.
One, there's a question here. They want to know if you want to free Malky, yay or nay.
Oh, gosh.
That was the first one. And then someone here wants to raise...
Of course, by the way, I always believe that a man should give his divorce to his wife. Stupid divorces that sit, even the non-Jewish divorces that sit in court for 3, 4, 5 years over stupidity. Stupidity. Come on, guys. You make people suffer. You don't let people remarry. You don't go on with your lives. Life is too short, you know. I look back so many times at my life, and some 30-year-old kid tells me today, you know, your show should talk more about dating. Your show should go not so much political.
Why not?
Let me tell you something. Life is too short. Okay, I look back, and I was 30 years ago, and I regret so many things. Sometimes I say, you know, I regret the things that I've gone through, or I could have made changes or been easier. But the truth of the matter is, life is short. Going back and waiting and fighting over stupidity is just hurtful, and you're wasting beautiful, precious time. And I hate to wait precious time.
Can I just say, other than financial responsibility and emotional regulation, one of the most important things you can learn in your 20s and 30s is how to date. It was a game changer. Like, I've gone through a divorce before, and my 20s were a shit show. Oh, can you say that? My 20s were a hot mess. One of the most important things.
Were you depressed when you went through the divorce?
Oh, of course, absolutely.
And did you? I'm not going to ask you. But did you see any specialist or?
Did I talk to somebody? Of course I did, because I processed a divorce like it was a personal failure.
Why?
Because it's a divorce. right? You don't get married expecting that you're going to get divorced. And for
I mean,
me,
you're a lawyer. If anybody, you know the rules. That
I know the
you open
rules,
up
but
a business,
I'm still
and business fails. That's it. It fails, and you open up another business.
Sure, but I'm still very old school on some things, believe it or not, and
But
very Jewish on some things. And for
it
me,
didn't knock
was,
you against men, right?
No, it didn't knock me against men. And it didn't even make me entirely resentful against my ex-husband. I was at the time. I was very angry with him, right? Because this just totally didn't work out, and I laid a lot of blame on his side.
How old were you when you married?
28,
Oh,
29.
so you were a little older. You were smarter.
I was, LOL. I don't know about older
Okay,
and
I
smarter,
got you. But you weren't a 20-year-old like my son.
No, I was not a
And his
20-year-old.
girl, they're 20 years old,
No.
and they think that they're going to be able to run the world and run their family.
No.
I hate this, that I have to let a 20-year-old get married. It's killing me.
Yeah, no. But I mean, I also wasn't married for very long, right? I by 31, 32,
years.
it was
2,
done,
3,
right?
yeah.
And so it
Were
was
you
really
separated right away, or were you?
No, we weren't. We separated maybe a year, almost a year before the divorce was finalized. Like I had.
Did you have any problems with the divorce papers, or you just signed the papers?
Nope.
Both?
He just. At first he wanted to fight me on it initially, and I kind of said, I was like, we can do this. We can do it the easy way, or we can do it the hard way. You pick. And I think he got scared and he just signed.
Well, you're a
right?
tough woman. I'm scared of you. So.
And he just, that was the end of it. And it was a clean break. Like nobody paid anybody else. Everybody.
That's the way it should be.
Whatever we came in with, we left with. And I didn't want anything from him. I just wanted him out, right? Because it wasn't. This was going to fail, and I knew it was going to fail, and that was it. But the most important thing that you can learn is a successful relationship. You don't realize until you've had a few failing ones, right? That your relationship is so integral to your life and to your success.
Right.
And it's so important.
And don't think it's all beautiful and happiness.
No,
Relationships
not
are made to fight every day. Ups and downs. The other day I gave a donation to somebody and I took it out of my personal allowance. And Linda caught me. She said, I gave you money not to spend on we have a budget. I said, Linda, you can't be following every single dollar I have. You know what I mean? She says, no, I'm the boss. She is the boss. It's not right. It's not right.
Well, happy wife, happy life.
It's not happy wife, happy life.
if she's
Happy
gonna be your-
husband, happy life.
Oh, please.
Unhappy husband is not good.
Who said?
Me, because I'm the cook. I'm not gonna cook good for. You know what I did by mistake this weekend? I burnt the chicken.
How do you burn chicken?
I know that.
Come
My
on.
guest came late, and I left the oven on a little too high. And we came home late, and when I did the soup perfect, I did the entree, my salads, everything perfect, and the chicken came out black.
Oy.
One side. And I tried to scrape it down, and everybody was smiling at me. Yeah, Heshy, Thank God I had some cold cuts extra in the house and some other stuff. But I really wanted my special chicken. I blew it, But they were all like, yeah, we'll eat it. But, I saw them chewing, the broken chicken. I felt bad for them.
You know what the trick is? This whole idea of, quote, owning your wife and what have you. This submission.
It's not owning.
But
you're making a mistake. See, that's some bad people consider that
that's
owning.
bad wording.
I can see, right, but that's what the rule is. But my case, it is being tied together.
Yeah.
You are in a knot. You can't just untie a knot. It's not easy. You can make a bow. It's easy to get rid of it. But when you make a knot, you're screwed together forever. It's impossible. It's sometimes so hard to take out. You have to use a scissor. That's my point. A marriage is not a joke. Why do we get married? So you can't get divorced. You can't just split up. Of course,
Yeah.
there are friends of mine that are dating girls. They're living with girls, and they have a fight. And what happens?
They break up.
They break up. And it's
Yeah.
just over. One leaves, one gets thrown out. It doesn't work like that. In a marriage, you must come back. In a marriage, you must take care of your children. Like I always say, my famous quote, it's not your ability. It's your responsibility.
There you go.
And that's it. And I
Yeah,
am, and I believe I'm responsible. That's why I'd be a great councilman, because I'm always responsible to the people. Today, I have a young lady trying to get into America. I can't use your stupid migrant rules, and she wants to come see her daughter's wedding, but she's having a hard time. So thank God with my Assemblyman Eichenstein and one of our congresswomen, we're going to try to get this girl to come in and see. See, I do everything. I help people with their weddings. I help people with their homes. I help people with their garbage. Today, I saw a beautiful young Down syndrome girl with her mother, and we were just laughing together, and I said, oh, you're so beautiful. And she had green eyes, and she said, oh, thank you, Heshy, I watch you. I said, you're my fan? The mother says, yes, Heshy, this girl is your fan. Faggy. I said, wow. I was so happy. I said, I thought my sister's the only one that watches me. But that's it. What else do we have to talk about?
Let's get to the Oscars
The
real
Oscars.
quick. This
you,
was insane.
you told me this something. I want you to know. I'm very upset because I can't believe you told this to me because I hate the Oscars. Okay, because I know they're all
You're gonna hate it even more now.
They all preach their own. These are dumbbells actors who get up there, they read lines, and they look good on TV. But really, when you talk to them, they're dumbbells. Now all of a sudden, they all have opinions. Tell everybody
Yeah,
what you told me.
I really want to shame the hell out of Jonathan Glazer right now.
A Jew. I'm so embarrassed.
A Jewish director. So at the Oscars, everyone wore these pins, right? These red pins. They had like a red hand with a black heart in the middle. What they don't realize, because they think that this pin is solidarity for the Gazans who are all suffering, it's a call for a ceasefire, a collective call for a ceasefire. First of all, if you're calling for a ceasefire and you're not calling for the release of the hostages as a condition to the ceasefire, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to hear it. It's nonsense.
Right.
The second thing is, I want everyone to remember what that hand actually signifies. So, like 15 or 16 years ago, 3 Jews found themselves mistakenly in Ramallah, in
Ramallah,
in Palestine, which is Territory A. And for those of you who don't know, Palestine is classified into 3 territories, A, B, and C. A, no Israelis are allowed, right? No military, no nobody. 3 Jews wandered off into Ramallah. They were caught. They were jailed. And then a mob came in and broke into the jail.
And the police didn't stop them and hung them.
When I tell you they took these people and ripped their organs out with their bare hands. They didn't kill them, they overkilled them. And then the one guy who got closest to them had blood all over his hands and came to the jail and stuck his hands out the window in like this really famous picture.
I saw that video.
And celebrating with all of the Palestinians who were outside, celebrating the fact that they literally ripped these 3 Israelis apart.
And you think I should have any compassion for them? Any compassion?
That symbol has survived, right? That's what that symbol is. And all these dodo birds around Hollywood who think it's trendy to wear this pin think that, oh, we're calling for a ceasefire. Yeah, but you're using a symbol that is celebrating the death of Jews. Who is this guy?
What did Glazer get? He won the Academy Award.
He did. So Jonathan Glazer is the director of Oppenheimer. Oppenheimer was this blockbuster that came out last summer alongside Barbie. Those were the 2 big movies. And he was
also given money by the Auschwitz and other museums to help whatever support this.
Right, because Oppenheimer is a movie about the Holocaust and about how something like a Holocaust could happen. He goes up there to do his acceptance speech, and among the things that he said, oh, we stand here as men to refute our Jewishness. I don't give a damn what your belief system is. You can disagree with Israel. You can disagree with the cause. You can disagree with Zionism. Don't know how if you're a Jew, but sure, right? To refute your Jewishness is an absolute slap in the face to every Holocaust survivor, to his own every parents. Person, to your own family, to your ancestors that went through hell and back.
You think you're going to get more money from the Palestinians and from all Hollywood people? Trust me, you're not going to get another movie to produce for a while. While you just watch his stupidity, I don't know.
Absolute shame. Anyone who refutes their Judaism is just you're entirely misguided. We're 0.2% of the population, and our ancestors are survivors of persecution for millennia just to be able to stay Jews. And for you to then, at the end of all this, in your privileged life, winning an award somewhere in the UK, to say you refute your Jewishness after your people went through all that.
That's where the Oscars were, the UK?
No, that's where he's from. Oh. Right, is a complete slap in the face.
That's why he's not an American. He's from England. England people are idiots.
Who cares? You're Jewish.
That's where homosexuality started in England.
Oh God, here we go with this.
It did. You know that they're the first ones that accepted homosexuals, and it's just like they think it's cool. I don't mind you being a homosexual.
Don't you though? Because it sounds like you mind.
No. I don't want my son to come home as a homosexual. But if he comes home, at least let him bring home a Jewish boy. That was a joke?
Aye.
Okay, I have no more sons than I. Thank God they're not gay.
Bye.
But I want you to know something. We disagree with their stupidity, with this is ignorant. This is a small-minded people. You're at the Oscars, you're here at a party, enjoy your party. Stop talking about stuff that you have never said anything about before, have not done anything about, have not gone there. Why don't you go to Gaza, at least feed the people, bring them food, raise money for them? Nothing. All he knows is how to get up there and voice an opinion that is worthless. Stupid idiot.
And by the way, just for all of you, the self-hating Jews in the world, they killed the Gestapo too, just so you know. Like they put those people on the trains right along the rest of us, right? and those people got killed in Auschwitz just the same. So hating your Jewishness doesn't get you any further brownie points. You become a puppet, and they're going to hate you just the same as the rest of us. Just saying.
I did. Now, I want to tell you, right before we finish this show, there's a guy running for president. We all know Trump because he got it. Okay?
Would you accept a cabinet member position if he gave it to you? One of your listeners wants to know.
Oh, wow. Of course, I would love to be...
Hasidish wants to know.
I want to be liaison to... I would do...
You don't want to run the White House asylum because that's what's going to happen.
You know what? I could run that White House. I could be
You
chief.
run the
I could put them in there, but I would like to do. I would like to be secretary of Department of Transportation of making things better in the United States, moving things along better, fixing roads, helping with infrastructure. I think it's a more business, more smarter, having towns and communities and states working with you to make the flow of stuff in this country to move better, because sometimes you can see the truckers and things are falling behind or things get ruined, and we stop them and inspect them. There's a way to make things move better, and I think I'd be a great secretary of transportation. Anyways, that's my thing. Yeah,
you better make your pitch.
Well, I don't think he's going to give me that. Anyways, if anything, he'd let me sweep the White House backyard. That's about it. Robert Kennedy, third line candidate. Now, we know that Trump has got it, and they say, well, Trump is going to win if the election is held today. If Biden holds out, Biden will win. But you know that the difference will be 2 or 3 or 4%. Let's be honest. With Robert Kennedy, they're saying that he might take away 18% of the vote. Is that possible?
I can't predict your party anymore. I don't predict the party anymore.
Do you even know who Robert Kennedy is?
I do know who Robert Kennedy is.
He's not running as a Democrat. He's running as an independent now.
I'm surprised because he was pretty popular among the Democratic Party.
Of course, but you know that they're not giving him the nomination. He knows that.
No.
They're not giving it to him, and he wants to be there.
And I will say that's a shame. It's so funny how you think I'm this huge rah-rah Biden fan. I just want you to know, and this is true among a lot of Democratic voters I know. It's not so much that we're so in love with Biden. It's that we are so against Trump, we will vote for literally anyone.
I agree with you.
Let
me just say with you, I agree with you that you're against Trump.
So it's really a shame that they wouldn't give Robert Kennedy the nod because I think
forget Robert Kennedy. Go independent. And my thing is, a lot of the Democratic policies, for example, the migrants, is wrong.
But they tried to pass a bill. The bill was a good bill. There were Republicans that agreed with the bill.
You woke up the last minute after you've screwed this nation for over $180 billion. Crime, rape, murder, stuff that has come up. The border wall, which should have been built, now you're building. You wasted years of our life by causing us issues. You've made us hungry. You've ruined our city streets. You've made a pleasant life that we were on the way up destroyed. You could have built cities right over there by the border for them, okay, for them to wait and come through properly. You didn't have to let them live like animals there when they not put them in a jail. I'm not talking like a ghetto, but if you're sitting over there by the jungle over there, build them a nice little city where they can wait like a Ellis Island or something. But don't just let them in openly and then take over the city and take away our monies. We have nowhere to go. Nowhere. You're taking away from the people that need it. I was talking to a young man the other day, and he says, you know what? Why should I work? I'm going to get Medicaid and Medicare, and it's all given to us, and I don't need to be fancy rich. I said, but those options were given to people that need it.
Supposed to be a lifeline.
Right. But by you taking those options, by you taking those services, you're abusing the privilege, the honorable thing that you could go out and work. You're taking it away from somebody that really needs it. And that's why I'm upset. You can't just say, oh, it's there already, use those services. Of course you could do that, but that's not why they were there. They were there to be made, to help. That's why I already filed my taxes. I already paid 2 of my tax returns, the federal and whatever, part of the state. I'm going to make sure by April that I'm paid off. I hope I don't get in trouble.
What do you think of the corporate tax rate, the federal corporate tax rate?
It has to be redone, top to the bottom. Mm-hmm. I don't like it.
Do you think they're paying too much or too little?
I think they're paying too little.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
Okay.
But that's the corporate tax rate. But I think what they're doing to the people is we're paying too much.
Absolutely.
And when I get to, you know what it is, by taking a third of my money, I can't afford it. Plus, forget about that. I agree, take a third of my money. But then don't let me pay property tax. Don't let me pay sales tax. Don't let me pay
Or-
water and sewer. There's so many things you keep
Better
sucking,
yet.
that by the time it's done, it's not 1/3 of my pay. You took half my money. Half my money. Me and Linda sat down and we said, damn. We were just sitting there and I said, Linda, we're going to have to start putting away money from next year's profits to pay last year's taxes. Really, we're just scared. Me and Linda. Linda said, did the check go through? I said, the first check went through. The second one, I'm shaky. I'm hoping to get it covered by the end of the week. And the third one, we're pushing off till April 15th.
Oy.
I know. So don't think that, oh, everybody says, oh, you're rich. You have to be careful. We want to say goodbye to all those listeners at Channel 620 AM. Goodbye. Thank you for listening to the show. And you're wonderful. And we still have a few more minutes for our regular listeners. Go out, pay your taxes on time. Start preparing now, because when you wait to the last minute, you're going to mess up. You don't want an extension on your taxes, because all they do is they charge you interest if you have any kind of a profit. And they are looking at they did hire 84,000 more stupid IRS agents when our guy Trump wouldn't have let, by the way. Say that's good. Come on, one thing about Trump. Come on. He doesn't want those 84,000 new...
You want me to say a good thing about Trump? I don't know. He's not in office. That's a good thing.
It's funny what you said, but the point is it's not true. I want him in office. Anyways, by the way, I want to talk to you about the red tape in the city of New York. They put up cameras in a minute. You can't fight the red light tickets, and you're a Jersey girl.
That I don't like
so
at all.
when you get a ticket, you don't even have a chance. At least I can try to fight it. You're dead. Second you get a ticket, you're dead. And they could, when you're driving over here, remove your registration. Or when they pull me over, big deal. They'll boot my car. They'll actually pull over and throw you out of the car, withdraw you. Something stupid. And these red light tickets,
it's so funny when they threaten to remove registration, because you know how long it takes an out-of-state DMV to go to another state and try to remove your registration over there?
You're New Jersey. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, same thing.
It's not the same thing.
No?
There's Jersey registration, there's New York registration, and by the time they come around to talk to each other, forget it. That's
I don't know, because I know New York, New Jersey points are easy. If you're like Washington or Pennsylvania, that's when it's hard for them to do that. But New York, New Jersey, they do work together, and it bothers me. And the red tape, that's my thing. So when I get into city council, I plan on stopping Department of Buildings.
No more red light tickets?
I want to stop
the
cameras. They should be there for security, for crime. Yeah, we should have them all over if there are accidents, but not for stupid red light tickets and speeding tickets if you're going 5 or 10 miles. You're right. If you're going 20 or 30 miles and you're doing drag racing, let's get you. That's criminal. But to do 10 miles or 7 miles, it's crazy. And Department of Buildings, again, I know you guys hear me complain every week, and this young guy that tells me talk about dating and not talk about this. I fight the Department of Buildings. We win them. We've been winning our cases. We found a way around them. We've been finding a way to do compliance. Department of Buildings now says, well, I'll give you a violation. If you beat us, we're going to write a different violation, the same words, the same exact wording, but with a different code. And you can't beat us in court, because we won't allow you to go back to court.
Oh, that is
nonsense. So now we have to spend the $10,000-$15,000 to comply, because we can't go. Even though we won the court case, somehow double jeopardy doesn't work in administrative law. Is that fair?
No, but I never thought the bureaucratic nonsense was fair.
But they find ways to beat us. After we find ways to beat them, they find new ways. I want to stop the Department of Buildings red tape. I want to stop. I was telling my partner, we have a building that had a fire. And they found, when they got into the building, was vacant. But they saw there were key locks on certain doors. A key lock means that you're renting out the units, or they're like an SRO. Like my son has a key lock on his door because he wants privacy. You can't go in there, Usually they only let you have a bed and bath lock, which means you can lock it when you're in there, but when you're not in there, the door has to stay open. So this way, in case there's a fire, you can run into the room or use a fire escape, whatever it is. So when the building department sees a lock, they call it a SRO, single room occupancy. But it's the same family. Too bad. Vacate. They give you violations, daily penalties. It's called, it's an illegal SRO. Listen to this. When to comply, all you have to do is vacate that room and take off the locks. You know what I mean? You know what they're doing now? They're saying, no, set up a new set of plans, pass the inspection, then we'll let you file a certificate of correction. Till then, you're going to get daily penalties, even though you're in full compliance.
No, that's nonsense.
Tell me about the red tape. We're going to do a bunch of quick commercials real quickly. Wertengruber Law, what's that phone number over there?
Wertengruber Law, it's 732-695-3303. Give us a call anytime, and happy to hear from you.
Wertengruber Law, 732-695-3303. You could always reach my beautiful Nicole there. And Green Line Building, we would skip that. Green Line Building Solutions.
Yep.
Or compliance. 202 Forest Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11230, 718-871-0382. You can reach me there all the time. We help you with your building violations, red tape. I'm going to try my best, baby. I'm going to try my best to keep fighting the city. And, of course, my favorite company, Crossroads. Where are they located?
Crossroads Recovery, located in Egg Harbor Township, New Jersey. Give them a call anytime at 609-645-2146. Night or day, they're happy to hear from you.
And if anybody knows, Nicole knows how good they are, she's met them. I've never met them. I want to go meet them. 609-645-2146. Go there, call them. They're very good. And don't forget, everybody, HeshyTischler.com. We're going to have a great election.
The beat.
I'm going to win. And my wedding is going to be in Astroland. You watch. You're all invited to come on the rides. And by the way, the bride, you know, everybody comes to see the bride. You know where she's going to be sitting?
On the cyclone?
No. In the haunted house.
Because that's what marriage is.